What's up, everybody? It's the Most Awesome 15 fan here, and today this video is going to be slightly different than the average video on this channel. It's titled Dear NASCAR, as you can see right here, or if you clicked on this video, if you're bored enough to click on this video, you probably know that. But it's basically just going to be a video of me, quote-unquote, ranting on NASCAR. And before I start this, just a little disclaimer. NASCAR is my favorite sport. I mean, just hit the recording device, but it's my favorite. I grew up on it. I knew what NASCAR was before I knew what the NFL was, the NBA, MLB, any of that stuff, really. So, this isn't out of hatred. This is out of genuine care for the sport and the direction in which it's heading. So, it's going to be kind of like divided into three categories, being the Cup Series, lower series, and then like diecast, I guess, because I've got some stuff I'd like to discuss with those. But yeah, so the new stage racing, I wasn't a fan of it when that came out. Still not really a fan of it, but you know, that's how that goes. So yeah. Anyway, I just feel like they're trying to modernize it and just, yeah, that's the term. I'm trying to think of the term I was using. I'm trying to make it millennial friendly, really. But, they just, sorry if I'm, like, taking breaks, trying to drink some water. But, they're just trying to be cool, really, with the younger generation, and they never will be, and they just need to realize that, because most young people, on average, don't care about NASCAR. I mean, it's pretty obvious, like, being a NASCAR fan is kind of a joke, but, you know, that's just how it is. Oh well. You can go watch your NBA finals with the same two teams every year. I don't care. But, anyway, just, they're trying to modernize, and I haven't been a fan, really, of anything that has happened, you know, other than the Larson wins, since Monster took over the sponsorship. But, oh well, money's money, and they gotta have money to continue, so I'm not going to sit here and trash on Monster. So yeah, let's get into the next topic, being the Xfinity and Truck Series. So yeah, now we're going to talk about the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series. I'm not going to get into K&N, which I do like the K&N Series, but there's really nothing to rant about there, so, until Kyle Busch starts racing that. But, it's just the Xfinity and the Truck Series. I know they've been doing this really since they ever started, I guess. Not as bad, but I mean, growing up, there were Cup guys in Xfinity, but it was different, because I happened to be a Kyle Busch fan back then, so I really didn't see anything wrong with it. And then, once I woke up and smelled the roses and realized that I don't know why I'm a Kyle Busch fan. And I think part of that, because I became a Kyle Busch fan back when he joined JGR, I think part of that was the M&Ms, because, I mean, it's like talking candy, so to any 8-year-old, that's pretty awesome, so, you know, I kind of fell under that. But, yeah, so, anyway, it's just, the trucks aren't as bad. I mean, I still don't want to see Kyle Busch win in the Truck Series, but nonetheless, I mean, the trucks are my favorite series in NASCAR, though, and probably my favorite series in all of racing. I just love the trucks. I like how they look. And honestly, in my opinion, the truck races are the best to go to, especially at Martinsville. But, as you'll probably be seeing pictures of right about now. But anyway, yeah, it's just getting ridiculous. And it's not just Kyle Busch. Personally, I'm a Larson fan here, so I'm not going to act like, oh, it's just Kyle Busch, yeah, because I believe Larson either has maybe the same amount or maybe even more because anyone's in Kyle Busch this year, but he has 3. I'm not sure how much Kyle Busch has. I obviously did not do much research going into this, but it's just getting hard to watch. And it's not just Larson or Busch, it's Logano, Brad. Brad hasn't won this year, I don't think. But even Ryan Blaney technically, Suarez, Eric Jones. I mean, they are Cup guys now, and you kind of need to realize that. But in the Truck Series, I really don't have anything wrong with necessarily, but it's getting pretty ugly. Because I believe, I'm not sure if there are any later entries, but for the Texas Truck Race, when the entry list was revealed, there was only 26 trucks. Whenever you have numbers like that, you're in trouble. And I believe NASCAR is in trouble financially. But, and I really hope it doesn't get to this point, but they may have to start scrapping the lower series. Possibly starting with trucks. I don't know. I don't see them leaving. K&N really isn't reeling them in any money for the most part. Because, I mean, TV broadcasts are a week later on Thursday night on NBCSN at like 8. But, you know, that's how that goes. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't get to that point. But, yeah. So, let's move on to the next part, which would be Lionel Racing and NASCAR Diecast. Alrighty, now we reach the quote-unquote diecast section, I guess. But, mainly going to talk about the censorship, really, with diecast, which is getting quite ridiculous. Because I don't see why they can't put Monster Energy or beer sponsors or whatever on a 164 diecast. Even Coke, I mean, really. Coke's getting to the point where they don't want to advertise to children. Like, what's the difference between children and adults? But anyway, especially with like the beer or energy drinks, I mean, it's not. I mean, there's no kid who's gonna look at a Brad Keselowski diecast and say, "Hey, whenever 20 years from now, I'm gonna start drinking beer or something because of a toy car." I mean, come on now, be realistic. But and even if, I mean, that's up to the parents to decide. I mean, if you can't tell your kids that they shouldn't be underage drinking or not drinking at all, depending where you stand on that. But, I mean, it really goes down to the parenting, which in America is getting kind of sketchy. But, I mean, you can't, because it kind of messes us up, though, because we ain't getting accurate diecast when we pay $9 for it anyway. And I wouldn't care about this so much, but it's getting ridiculous. And, I mean, I grew up watching NASCAR, getting the diecast, begging my mom to get me whatever new Winter Circle car was out in the Target. Like, I remember those days. That's good memories, but, I mean, it's getting crazy. But it seems like they're almost trying to run out the beer companies out of NASCAR, which is kind of a bad idea, even though there's only 2 left, really. But, I mean, it's sponsorship that you're running away. And don't even get me started on the bases. But then again, I kind of like the bases because it's kind of fun to destroy them. But apparently, they're really hard to get off of the new bases are a lot harder to get off this year. So, and what I don't get, though, is that they won't put Monster Energy, like, on the windshield banner or whatever, because it's an energy drink and it might poison the children. If you're really that concerned about it, I mean, you're the one making the product, so you're kind of making yourself look bad by doing that. But, and I don't get why they won't put that on the toy cars if they have the Monster Energy. And I'm not saying anything against the Monster Energy girls, okay? I'm not trying to trash on them either. But there's a better chance of a little kid watching the race, because really, or whenever Fox does it, most of the races are on Fox, and anyone with a TV can watch that. So there's a better chance of a little kid seeing the Monster Girls strutting around in their skimpy outfits during the race, right before they go to commercial or whenever they come back, than there is of him getting a toy, because they're not even the ones buying the cars. So there's a better chance of them seeing the monster girls strutting around. But I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that. But who am I to judge these children? Yeah, so I guess I'm going to wrap the video up around here. I just kind of had some stuff I wanted to vent about NASCAR. And this really didn't even turn into much of a rant now that I have done this. Filmed it, but, you know, it's just a nice little letter to NASCAR. Even though nobody from NASCAR will ever watch this, but thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about some of these things. I'd love to talk about it down in the comments. So thanks for watching. God bless.